Hello everyone, I finally made it back for another terrific Tuesday card. My name is Sherry Minnie. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Colorado. We live about 45 minutes northeast of Denver in a small rural town called Keansburg. And I wasn't able to do a video the last couple of weeks. I was getting up back on track and on schedule. I came in one morning 2 weeks ago today, had my laptop all set up, was ready to go, went over to the studio to grab something, and when I came back, my laptop was done. I don't know what happened. Anyway, long process, sending it in, getting repaired. Now it's working well, so hopefully we'll be able to get this video in. So I'll show you a couple of things what I've been working on in the studio since I haven't been able to film or anything. These are little note cards that I did for my daughter. She started a new position as a instructional coach for teachers, and she wanted some little note cards, and they do a theme for the year, and this year their theme is anything with sailing, lighthouses, and that kind of stuff. So I made these little cards for her, and she can write on the back and do whatever she wants. So that was fun. I had to make I think I made 25 of them. But today we're going to do a card, and I don't really know what to call this card. Maybe a flap card. I don't really know. But here's a masculine one that I made. It's kind of a congratulations card. I had 2 children get their master's degrees this year. Grandchildren, I'm sorry. And so I made these little congratulations cards. But we are going to actually do a birthday card, which we do a lot of. And so it has a little flap on the front, and you can put any kind of focal point you want on the front. And then the inside it opens up, and then I just have a little verse in there for their birthday. So here we go. We're going to get started. We're using 2 stamp sets, Celebrating You and Peaceful Moments. These are available in the big catalog. We are using a punch bundle. I haven't used punches on a video, and I think in a very long time. So we're using, this is called the Heart Punch Pack. So you have the scalloped one, and you have the straight edged one, and we'll be using both of those today. We'll be using for ink pads. We're using Pool Party really just for the envelope, and then our greetings and everything are going to be in basic gray. And we have some little rhinestone trims. These are actually discontinued or retired, but we're going to use the Pool Party ones on our card. So in our packet, we have, of course, our envelope. I put this together 2 weeks ago, so we'll see how well this goes. We'll have our card base. I happen to have this one in Pool Party. It started out as a normal size card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored it, I'm sorry, 8.5, holy cow, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25. Sorry, I'm totally out of shape. And then what you do is you trim off 1 inch off of what will be the front of your card. So we shortened that by 1 inch. Then you save that inch piece and you cut it off, you shorten it, and I think I made this one like 8 inches, and you just fold it in half, and that's what's going to make our little flap closure piece here on the card. Okay, we have a piece of Designer Series paper that is, what is this? This one is, again, you start off with a piece 4 by 5.25, and then you trim off 1 inch on the side. And it looks like I have to cut this one down because I think it's a little more than 5.25. Let's see. Nope, it is just 5.25. So it must be this one that I'm short on. This is 4.5. I'm gonna have to go and get another piece of paper, ladies. I'm so sorry. Oh, maybe this is it. Oh, I know, this is to punch our hearts out with. Sorry. As I said, I am really out of whack. So what you do is you start out with a 4 by 5.25, and you cut off 1 inch, and then I'm going to flip it over, and this is how we'll do our card treatment. We have a layering piece for the front. This should be 3 by 5.25, I think. Let me see if that's correct. Boy, I'm really messed up today. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so that's going to layer right on here. Then this is our inside piece, which is the 4 by 5.25. And then I have a little heart that I punched out of a scrap. This is our piece for our envelope. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to get all of our stamping done first. And since I've already punched out the heart, we don't need this little square of white, so I'll put that aside. I will get out my basic gray ink pad, and I will try to stamp, first of all, the heart. It's not too hard usually. You just line up the point of your heart in the middle, the dip right there, and that should get you a fairly straight image. If I have my stamp mounted straight, you never know about that. And then we'll just stamp it down. And there we go, there's that part done. And then we will take the inside piece. And we will stamp that. I like this saying on here. It says, "Sending you smiles for every moment of your special day." And we'll try and get this somewhat straight. This might be the one I'll have a struggle with. There, hey, I think it's straight enough. Okay, and then the only other stamping we have to do is I have this little heart image. You could stamp anything you wanted on the front of your card envelope, but I just decided I'd use this little heart image. I'll use the Pool Party ink since that's the color of our base. And we will stamp that on there. Okay, there we go with that. So our stamping is done, and now we can just assemble everything. So we'll start off by putting together our front piece. So we have our layer. This is Petal Pink, and we'll put the Designer Series paper on. And I'm a little bit wide here. I need to cut this down a little bit. Do I have a trimmer in here? We better hope I do. If we don't, I could be in trouble. This is 3. This should be 2 3/4, but it's actually 3. Let me see if I have a trimmer. It doesn't exactly look like I do, so hold on, and I shall be right back with the trimmer. Okay, so I need to cut this down to 2 3/4. I didn't cut this correctly. Okay, now let's see. Oh, I just cut the wrong one down. Holy cow. All right, guess what? We'll just cut this one down to 2 1/2, and we are just going to have a bigger border. I think it'll be fine. I'm only working on about 1/2 of my brain today. We've had a rather tough weekend and stuff here. My husband, who has had sciatica in the past, but it was doing so well, and Saturday morning, well, actually Friday afternoon last week, he started in just not feeling, his back was bothering him. So we made it through the night, and then Saturday morning could barely get him out of bed. And so I said, no, we're not messing, you're going to ER. So we took him to the ER. Of course, you know how it is when you go to ER. We went to Brighton, and I know a lot of people are not impressed with Brighton, but let me tell you, we've been there. That's the only hospital we go to. And they took such good care of him and got him as comfortable as they could, knowing that he could barely move. And so we spent the better part of the day there. Got all kinds of prescription. Now we're just going to put this Designer Series paper on here. Got all kinds of prescriptions for him. Got him home. Got him situated. My son, to get him into the town, to the hospital, my son, who lives very close to us, thankfully, such a blessing, he came down and basically lifted his dad into the car. And then, of course, when we got to the hospital, they were able to get him in and out on their own. Extremely painful for him. It just breaks your heart. And got him home. Chad, my son, came down and helped me get him out of the car and into the house. And we started the regimen of heat and ice. And he didn't hardly walk at all on Friday. Saturday morning, same thing, just so painful. But he was able to kind of walk a little bit, short baby shuffling steps. And so we didn't go to church on Sunday, and I stayed home with him because I didn't want him falling. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so sorry. I should have probably not even, oh no, I'm okay. I need to do the inside. Okay, so now we're going to take this little strip here. And let me look at this again. It's been, like I say, 2 weeks since I did this. Okay, so this strip that was cut off from the front is going to actually go right here. I'm going to shorten it just a little bit since I shortened the other side. So anyway, long story short, we're doing the pill regimen. Of course, they only gave him a very limited amount of pills. He's got muscle relaxants, a stronger ibuprofen, and they did give him a, not called oxycodone, but it's a opioid, but they only gave him 4 or 5 pills for at night because of the pain. So we're doing all of that. Of course, you can't get refills from a hospital prescription, so we're doing a virtual appointment this afternoon with his regular doctor to hope to get him some more, no more opioids. I don't even think he's going to take that tonight, but I think he needs some muscle relaxants. But he's a smidge better, except in the mornings. Oh, after laying all night, you cannot. The poor guy, I just feel so bad for him. I got him at the hospital to get him out to the car. They had this walker that was quite tall. So there's our piece there. And now this piece here is going to actually go, I'm going to fold it in half, use my bone folder. And this piece right here is actually going to go about halfway, a little lower than half on here. And then when we glue it in here, it'll be hidden. Now on my sample, you'll see that I did put a little piece of designer series paper here. I haven't got one of those, so we're not going to be doing that on this one. Some of them I made. My congratulations ones does not have anything there, so we're not going to worry about it for this card. So I'm going to put some glue up to the score line on this card, and put it in here. And what you want to make sure is that you get this piece right up next to that score line, and so that it's as straight as it possibly can be. And hopefully you can see my score line is right there, and I'm just right next to it. Rub it down really well because this gets some motion on it. And then we will take this and we will put glue on the back of this. Anyway, we're waiting for the doctor this afternoon. We're going to do a virtual in the afternoon, see if we can get some more refills. And maybe when he had this previously, they had him on a steroid, and he would really like to get back on that for a few days just to help him get some mobility back. But he can't do anything. So needless to say, I'm helping him, and that's what I signed on for, and I'm more than willing to do it for him. But it does get a little tiring, and last night it was, I went to bed at 2, and he woke up at 2:45 and needed to go to the bathroom, and so it was like, okay, there's being no sleep tonight, which is okay. I made it fine, not a big deal. All right, now we're just going to take this, our little stamped, grateful to celebrate you every day, and we're going to put it on here. I am not using any dimensionals or anything like that on this, just because you're going to be pulling on this flap. So I'm going to be laying it down flat. So I'm going to put this on here and try to center it somewhat, get it straight, although who knows if I'm even seeing straight today. All right, and then I'm going to put it on the front of here, and I'm just going to put it kind of even with the front edge of the card. And I'm just going to, what I'm going to do is I'm putting my glue here, because I don't want to get glue where I don't want it, and then I won't be able to open my card. And I just got a little glue right there. All right, I'll close that up, and then I'm going to lay this on here to where I think I want it, try to get it straight. And kind of centered on that little piece. Open it up and rub it down. Make sure there's no glue over. And then we will take our envelope that we stamped our little heart on, and we will take a little bit of glue and put it along the top, as we've done this 100 times. So you ladies, everybody who comes to my classes, I do this. I like the way it looks, and I also like the fact that it helps me use up some of my designer series paper, which I have way too much. I'm starting to gear up for my craft shows. I've been working on, I don't do a lot of Halloween stuff, but I have one the first part of October, so I'm doing a few Halloween things, and just some other little journals, notebooks, treat holders, that kind of stuff, gift card holders. So maybe my next video I'll show you a few of the things that I've done. Okay, we have that down. While that's drying a little bit, we'll put our little what are these things called? Help me, ladies, help me. Rhinestones. Thank you. Anyway, another hot, hot day. Can you believe all of this heat in September? I am like, I cannot believe that we're going through this, and I'm so ready. I understand in this area, Friday, it's supposed to be 79 is the high. Hallelujah. Can't wait. Okay, there's that. All we have to do here is take our scissors, trim this off. As you can see, this is a fairly quick card. It doesn't take long. Even with all my jabbering and misplacing my, not having a trimmer over here, I'm just barely at 20, almost at 20 minutes, which is not too bad for me. And as usual, I will have the blog post up later with all the dimensions, card recipe, things I used. And if there's anything that you like about this card, the punches are still available, as are both of the stamp sets. The little jewels that I used are retired, but they have plenty of jewels to replace them. So if you want to order anything, you can go to my online store at sherrymanny.stampinup.net. You can also check out my blog at simplylovestampin.com. And of course, you can always email me if you have any questions at suaddicted@gmail.com. So thank you, everyone, for spending a few minutes with me. I'd appreciate your prayers for my husband, that he will get better and at least be able to get out of bed without just practically passing out from the pain. So here we are with the birthday one. Here's the one that I made for congratulations cards. So you can see you can do a lot of different things with this card. So once again, thank you so much for watching me, and I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll see you soon. God bless each and every one of you. Bye-bye.